Yo, 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 welcome back to This Week in Esports and Gaming. For the first week of February 2022, we have no sponsors, so if anyone wants to sponsor, you can, have a little section brought to you by. But either way, I'm your host, Mark Kai, and let's get right into it. Our first top 3 story, it's a really cool one. NFL player Boston Scott joined Dignitas, not just as a content creator, but as a substitute for the Rocket League Pro team. So he's a running back for the Philadelphia Eagles, if you don't know who Boston Scott is, and he's also the substitute and content creator for the Rocket League team, acting as the 4th member of the team, which is really cool. He's going to be a part of many future esports content initiatives, such as how he got involved in the esports space, as well as his esports career. There's many athletes who are actually part of the organization themselves, but they're not necessarily like a pro player, and so Boston Scott's one of the only people, I think one of the first actually, to be an NFL pro player as well as an esports pro player, technically, because he's a substitute. He might not play in any actual games if none of the players get injured or anything like that, but he technically could be in an actual esports game, which is really cool. This is more of just a figurehead thing, I think, because he probably won't play in those actual esports matches, but it's still cool to know that, Dignitas has this as a smart win for them, to know that there's a first NFL pro as well as an esports pro in the same time. Boston Scott is also apparently in the top 0.5% of all Rocket League players, so he's quite good at the game, which makes him an actually good candidate for a substitute, and he's pretty loved by fans from the Eagles, so it's a really good, I think, marketing tool for himself, his own personal brand, to maybe get those football fans over to the esports side of his life as well. Activision Blizzard's Warcraft is actually coming to mobile. This was pretty deep in their quarterly report, so they didn't really want to mention this up front. They mentioned that players will be getting an all-new Warcraft content in players' hands for the first time, so this is their first mobile announcement since Diablo Immortal, and nothing really has come of Diablo Immortal just yet. Warcraft has a pretty devout fan base overall, but I'm not sure about how their devout fan base will feel about a mobile game. I'm not sure how that will really help them in general. This will generate, I don't know, probably a good amount of downloads, but I'm not sure if it'll generate a huge amount of sales or revenue in the future. It's yet to be seen. More importantly, their word really has not been holding up lately, obviously with all this stuff with their sexual harassment, the unions, as well as the acquisition with Microsoft as well. We're going to see what this is going to go through, as well as the fact that they've announced Overwatch 2 as well as Diablo Immortal, and nothing has come of those yet either. So Activision Blizzard specifically in this case, announcing some things and really not making anything of them in the past. So I don't know if a lot of people really believe what's going to come in the future, but regardless, it's still a win for mobile gaming in general because it's a pretty big IP coming to mobile. Blast have signed 35 media rights deals. This means that Blast Premiere will be in 130 TV territories in over 25 languages as well. This covers North America, Latin America, Asia, Europe, CIS, and the Nordics, from all the way from classic TV networks like Denmark's TV2 to Twitch streamers like Gaules on the Brazilian front. So this is a really smart move on Blast's part. They realize this will allow them to target customers on region and have more demographic data for their average viewer, which they can ultimately sell to sponsors, which I think is a really smart thing to do. And more people watching the broadcast overall is good because CSGO is a pretty global game and a pretty global esport as well, not just one specific region dominated. People like to watch it all over the world. Plus, it gives fans another option to watch based on if maybe they don't like the official broadcast, but maybe they like a streamer's commentary over it, or they like that traditional TV broadcast version of it over it as well. I remember when E-League had their broadcast on TBS. It's not exactly one-to-one, but I'm still happy that it's giving more coverage globally, at least. As far as partnerships go, Cloud9 partnered with blockchain.com. This is a multi-year partnership with logo placement, social media, as well as video content focused on the education of cryptocurrency. Fans are complaining in the replies and the quote tweets as well, so I believe this is the way it'll be for quite a while, with people just complaining about all these crypto sponsorships, but there's a lot of them coming this way, so esports fans, be aware. HyperX partnered with Misfits Gaming Group to become the official headset and microphone provider for the Florida Mutineers, the Call of Duty team of Misfits Gaming Group. There's going to be a lot of social media as well as video content as well, and branding on the jerseys like a traditional partnership. The sports video platform Recast have partnered with Viperio, London United, Team Gillett, as well as Katana Gaming. Recast will work with all the orgs to get their content from tournament broadcasts, interviews, behind the scenes, and shows like that more onto Recast as well. And this is a move from Recast to go for more users via esports fans as well in their app. For finance and M&A, the esports betting platform Midnight, they raised a $16 million Series A. This is led by Rain Group, and other companies like Makers Fund and Benrex also contributed to this round. This will be used for growth initiatives, and it's planned to launch a casino app later this year, since they're licensed with the British Gambling Commission as well as the Malta Gaming Authority. The Chinese tournament operator vspn filed for IPO in Hong Kong. Their focus is currently growing its infrastructure and expanding overseas. Currently, they hold the rights for tournaments in games like PUBG Mobile, League of Legends, Honor of King, and other games in the Middle East, China, and the Southeast Asia regions. The esports coaching platform Medified, they raised a $25 million Series A. $1 million of the round will be dedicated to funding local and online community tournaments for the community as well, and they currently support Valorant, League of Legends, Smash Bros, Rocket League, CSGO, and other esports titles. Lost Lake Games, they raised a $5 million seed round. They're expanding their dev team and increasing their game development and production as well with this round. No games have been just announced at this moment, but the round was led by BigCraft Ventures with participation from Lightspeed Ventures, Moon Holdings, and OneUp Ventures. A lot of workforce changes this week. Michelle Vander Wilk Ruhoff is promoted to CEO at Newzoo. Sorry if I butchered your name, but she was previously the commercial director at Newzoo and will lead Newzoo's business operations and expansion moving forward. She was previously the VP and GM of the CEMEA regions for Activision Blizzard for 15 years prior to joining Newzoo, so she has plenty of experience in the video gaming industry. Michael Brancato joins chess.com as the VP of Esports. Michael spent 6 years at Twitch working on esports product management, leading Twitch Rivals, as well as the partnership between chess.com and Twitch as well, so it makes sense that he now joins twitch.com to oversee all their esports initiatives at the company itself. Kelsey Mills rejoins Twitch as a program manager. After 1.5 years at Twitch, she left to join Entain for about 5 months. She's now joined Twitch as the program manager for creators and talent. Connor Ball joins London United as a co-owner. He is the bass player for the British band The Vamps. He personally invested in the org and will become a member on the advisory board, and he will also launch a new project in the metaverse. Maybe NFTs again, who knows, we'll see. Sylvain Maylar joins Tournament as a digital marketing manager. He has 18 years of experience in the esports space from ESWC from the beginning to most recently Team Vitality as an operation menu manager. He's now the digital marketing manager at Tournament. Kevin He joins Ekaterina as a product lead. He will be leading the product push for collegiate esports as well as gaming as well. He spent the last 2 years at Rallycry doing product and UX design and was previously at Blizzard for 3.5 years doing product management roles as well. Kieran Holmes Darby joins Formula E as the gaming director. He will be overseeing gamified experiences for Formula E, and he most recently was the esports director at Excel Esports, which he founded with his brother. Bob Morris has been promoted at Belong Gaming. He was previously the arena's opening manager, and he's now the senior lead for business development and partnerships as well. He was at Activision Blizzard for 3 years previously as an esports specialist and spent nearly a year at Pokemon doing event planning. Robert Wiley joins Guild Esports as the head of social media. He's previously done social media for Fnatic, G2 Esports, SK Gaming, and Scuff Gaming, so he's very, very well versed in the esports space. He's now at Guild after 1 year at Tundra Esports. Lauren Baines joins GameScore as the head of EU sales. She spent 11 years at the agency JC Doe as doing partnerships, and most recently she did sales at Bidstack Group in London. Her focus now is on demand-side sales as well as brand strategy for clients that are new to gaming. Igandi Yaswara joins One Esports as the esports event manager. Previous experience includes Minsky Global for 1 year as an account executive, and he's moving to the brand side instead of being on the agency side now. As far as new stuff goes, Ubisoft has combined all their esports team into one global esports team. This is basically one team for all their esports titles from Brawlhalla to R6. Before, it was quite disjointed across regions with different formats and different styles for different regions and games as well, but now it'll be all more streamlined with one global team, and it's similar to what Riot is doing. And last but not least, It Takes Two is going to be adapted for a film and TV appearance as well. This is a really cool narrative here because I've recently actually been playing It Takes Two with a friend, and I know it's a very narrative-driven game, which I think is really awesome to see that Hazelight Studios, who made the game, will be partnering with DJ2 Entertainment. It will be written by Pat Casey and Josh Miller, who are behind the Sonic film as well. That's it for this week in esports and gaming. Thank you so much for tuning in. Credit to the brands and authors for all the information that you hear and all the images that you see. If you know someone who enjoyed this or appreciate this, please comment them down below as well as tagging them. And as always, I will see you all. Everyone have a great week. Take care, everybody.